Welcome to Confidently Visible. This is a podcast to help you move through visibility blocks such as fear, resistance, and overwhelm to put life-changing work out into the world and to grow your career or your business. I'm your host, Beck Sands. I am a visibility mentor, a certified life coach, and award-winning PR consultant, and I'm based in sunny Newcastle, Australia. Let me guide you to show up as your unique self, share your incredible work, and to grow your audience with more consistency, ease, and flow. Whether you're a consultant, an entrepreneur, a CEO, a coach, or a creative, this is the space to unlock your uniqueness, to grow your audience, to make a bigger impact, all while feeling good about being seen. The world needs to hear your message. Now let's get started. Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Confidently Visible podcast for 2026. It is so good to be back here with you after a bit of a break. We spent some time around Newcastle, which was beautiful because we just went to the beach and had some time in the Hunter Valley and had some friends and family stay and did some Christmas celebrations. And yeah, it was just really, really lovely. And now we are well and truly back into it. It's been a very full start to the year, and I know it is going to be a really exciting year already. So yeah, I can't wait to bring you some really great content, and I'm working on my book launch at the moment, so it's going to be a fun year, and I hope that you have had an amazing start as well. So to kick us off this year, I thought I'd just do something a little bit fun. So I did a post on LinkedIn about this, but essentially this is my PR forecast for 2026. So this is what I see happening in the industry. And this is important for you if you're a business owner or if you're in a career, because PR essentially is all about building reputation, and we use those PR tools across our personal brands, we use them across our businesses, we use them across our careers to varying degrees. So I'm going to talk high level about the trends that I see happening in the industry this year so that you can use those in whatever way relates to you, and kind of take on board what is relevant for you and where you're at right now. Okay, so I'm going to be chatting through in this episode why your personal brand is now non-negotiable for career and business growth. How to leverage AI. I know we're all sick of talking about AI, but it is important to a degree. So how to leverage AI without losing your unique voice or credibility. Some of the power of your relationships, particularly with media and with people that you're collaborating with in some way, and people that can also help to, elevate your voice in some way. Why timely, relevant storytelling is still really, really key, and how the rise of fractional PR, marketing, and so on and so forth, like any industry, how that fractional consulting is rapidly rising and why. And it's also opening up new income and lifestyle opportunities. So I'm going to dive into these 5 things today. So thank you so much for joining me. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first point is that personal brands are non-negotiable. And this is the biggest trend I see for the PR industry moving forward. Now, as a PR professional, we are constantly elevating our clients' voices. So whether that is executives, whether that's brands, whether that's individuals, depending on who our clients are. Now, those personal brands used to be kind of important, like it was important for spokespeople to have a voice, but often it was just them talking to their area of expertise or talking to their thought leadership. Whereas now I think it's so much more important for CEOs, executives, entrepreneurs, business owners to have a personal brand that is, to use, at risk of using the overused word authentic, but that is authentic. So like essentially it showcases who they are as a human being. So that's going to elevate people in their businesses or careers. It's going to elevate you and give you almost an unfair advantage, because it means that people will know you and develop that know, like, and trust factor before they even meet you. But obviously there is a barrier to entry there, and that is the ability and having the ability to put yourself out there. Now, that's what I support my clients with my Confidently Visible coaching series. So that's to support them to get the confidence, strategy, and action to build their personal brands. So the personal brand is going to be non-negotiable pretty much for a career or a business owner, because you can use it across whatever it is that you do. So if you're in a career and you're wanting to essentially be headhunted or go for different roles across the industry, having a personal brand is going to help you to stand out. It's like the new CV, but on steroids, essentially. It means you can cut through and your CV is just going to be the bit of paper that like backs you up. It's like having a degree or something like that. If you need one for your career, it's like, yep, it's a piece of paper that's going to tick that box, but it's not going to get you in the door. And that's what your personal brand does. Trend number 2 is human-led thinking is going to outperform AI-only content. So what do I mean by this? Well, I mean that there's a whole lot of AI content out there, and absolutely AI is essential in today's world. It's going to become even more essential to know how to use it. And the more we see this AI kind of content, the more we want to connect with humans, the more we want to be part of our communities, the more we want to, get in touch with what's real. We want real experiences. We don't want the AI stuff. And so when we see, and we can tell, people can tell that it's just AI content, whether that's, images, photography, video, and text, people immediately switch off. It just doesn't have any soul. It has no personality. It's not nuanced. It doesn't have any flaws, except for the fact that like a flaw in so much as that it could be drab or boring or unnuanced, if that's a word. And so we don't want AI content, AI only content, right? But AI can help us in our jobs. Like I know I use AI every single day. And when I say AI, I mean, I'm sure AI is in part of every single platform. It's in our email. It's in, all of the tech apps we use. But when I say I use AI, I specifically use ChatGPT, and that is mainly for research purposes. It's mainly to do things like summarize, it's to consolidate, it's to generate new ideas. Like, for example, I will come up with a podcast episode idea, and then I will share it with ChatGPT and I ask it to elaborate and create an outline for that. And then it will create an outline for me, and then I will tell it, okay, thanks, this looks good, that doesn't look good, add this, take away this, can you do some research and tell me like what the statistic on X is so that I can bring it in. And then it'll, update that and I'll work with it. And then I will do my own content layer on top of that. So for example, I worked with ChatGPT to develop an outline for this podcast. So I fed in all of my trends for PR for 2026, put it into ChatGPT and said, create an, actually, I put in the article that I put on LinkedIn, and then I said, okay, create a podcast outline from this. And so I will just use a little bit of that and then add in my own text and my own voice and video and so on and so forth. So I hope that makes sense. So it's like using it to create the bones of something and then adding your own human flavor, Or conversely, creating the bones of something and then putting it into AI to see if you can improve it in some way or get some additional research or so on and so forth. So being able to use this technology is going to give you a huge advantage, whether you're building a personal brand or whether you're a PR person who has clients that you're using, AI in your day-to-day stuff. Trend number 3 is that trust-based relationships are more valuable than ever. This is something that has never, ever changed. This is a timeless PR principle that will always remain the same. Relationships are at the heart of what we do. And when connecting with other people in our industry, connecting with our stakeholders, connecting with the people that will help to elevate ours or our clients' reach, those relationships will continue to be key forever. So when I talk about relationships, I mean the ones that are genuine. I mean the relationships that will support you to build trust with someone. So for example, working in property PR for many years, I would become really good friends with the journalists in that space. And we, socialize together and actually become genuine friends because we just understood each other's needs. We would support each other. I would help them to, get access to key spokespeople and get access to stories that they want to run, essentially, to newsworthy stories that they want to run. And then in return, they would publish not only the stories that they wanted to run, but they would also return in favor by publishing maybe some of the more promo-y kind of fluff, we call them fluffy topics that, might not necessarily have gotten a run, but because of that relationship that has been cultivated with that journalist, they will also kind of run a variety of topics. So you can see how these relationships are critical if you're a PR professional and like if you're dealing with the media, or it could be, anything from speaking topics. So if you've got those relationships with people that are organizing these speaking events, then again, it's like cultivating that genuine friendship and like actually showing that you're interested in them as a person and treating it like any other relationship in your life. It's not just like a means to an end. And this is what I think has been one of the biggest kind of mistakes that I have seen PR professionals make, is just treating people like a means to an end. And it's just not going to work. Like, you genuinely have to want to be of value to other people and not just receive. You're not just sending media releases or story pitches to journalists. You're not just trying to get your spokespeople on a stage. If you can approach it with a service first attitude, so you're reaching out to be of value, you're reaching out to be of service, you're looking for ways to provide value. And then hopefully as well, there is some kind of, collaboration that can happen from that. But it's almost like you're genuinely trying to be of service and genuinely wanting to be of service. And people will feel that. And that's what helps you to build those relationships. And that is going to be the crux of PR forever, as far as I'm concerned. And the PR people that get that, they're the ones that really, truly succeed. Trend number 4 is that timely, news-driven storytelling wins. And that is going to remain true. Again, another timeless principle that will remain true in 2026 and beyond. And so what do I mean here? I mean, being able to tap into current news stories and the news agenda, being able to provide commentary on, what's happening in current events. So things like the election or things like topical news stories that are happening in your area, like locally, So it's all about proximity. It's all about relevance. It's all about timeliness and being able to tap into that. So one of the ways that I do that with my clients, with my PR clients, is that we will tap into not just timely events, but we'll also use research and data. And then come up with story angles that will tap into something that the audience is very interested or could potentially be shocked or excited to learn something new from this angle. So, using that research and data to support a news angle, a news hook, and then use the spokespeople and the brand and all of that information to support. So that's how we do it. That is always going to continue to remain relevant. I know that in today's world, it is a little bit more advertorial and ad content than ever before, and there's less media and less journalists. But in saying that, if you can do it really well, and if you can really tap into what those journalists are looking for their specific audience and for their specific publications, and then pitch stories that align with that, then they will 100% be open to receiving that, because again, they're less resourced than ever, and they're very welcoming of content if it is actually relevant and actually will serve their audience from PR people and brands. So that timely news-driven storytelling is going to continue to be really, really key. And then trend number 5 is fractional consulting is the future. Now, I absolutely love the setup of fractional consulting. So that has supported me to grow my business over the last 6.5 years. I've been full-time in my own business since stepping out of corporate in 2019. And I have grown a coaching and consulting business that I absolutely love, that gives me freedom. It gives me location, creative, time freedom. And I get to work on the projects of choice that I want to work on. And so that has been so incredible. And I am a true ambassador for this model. I really feel like it's such a great way to go, particularly if you've got a lot of experience. And if you, have those years of corporate and your field inside and out, it's a great way to get to the next level in terms of your lifestyle, in terms of how you want to spend your time, and the creative projects that you want to work on. So yes, I do have my long-term PR retainer clients that are big brands, but I don't do that all the time. Like, that's not how I spend all day, every day. So I have the time freedom now to be able to also do things like write my book, have my coaching business and work one-on-one with clients, launch courses. There's so many different things. Have this podcast. So it gives me that, the income freedom and the flexibility to live my life the way I want to. And so that is such a great way to, have the evolution of your career. I'm interrupting this podcast episode to let you know that I'm so excited to announce the next live round of my signature 6-week course, The Online Consultant, which will support you to turn your existing professional services and experience into a freedom-based online business. Now, we kick off in March 2026, so make sure that you're on the wait list to be the first to know dates and to get access to resources, freebies, and stories that I will only share with the waitlist over at becksands.com/the online consultant. So if you want to find out more about that, I am launching my signature course, The Online Consultant, in March 2026. I'm very excited to launch this next live round. And if you want to find out more, make sure that you jump on over to my website, becksands.com/the online consultant. So thank you so much for listening to this episode. It has been so wonderful to be here with you for the first episode back in 2026. Thank you so much for tuning in to Confidently Visible. I have loved being here with you today. I hope today's conversation inspired you to share your unique gifts with courage and to show up boldly and move through some of the visibility blocks that are holding you back. Now, if you loved this episode, I would love it if you could please leave a rating and review and share it with a friend who needs to hear this so that we can get this podcast into the ears of more listeners. If you're ready to become confidently visible for your career or your business, make sure that you head on over to becksands.com and sign up for my weekly newsletters where I share information, stories, and resources that I don't share anywhere else. Until next time, keep showing up as the amazing, unique you that the world needs.